First, you guys challenged me to build the 4x4 piston door. Then there was the 5x5 piston door, which, I'll be honest, was quite a lot trickier and also, by the look of things, quite a lot slower as well, but in the end, we managed to get there. Just about. Next up was the rather strange looking triangular piston door, which was actually very, very complicated, involving all sorts of piston mechanics and things. But we got there in the end. And now I have been challenged to build a circular piston door. Now this actually looks really cool, and I'm going to try my best to make it as compact as possible so that you can actually build it inside your bases. So as far as piston locations are concerned, all we should have is double piston extenders going across like this on either side, and then we're going to have these pistons down at the bottom here, and some pistons down at the bottom there as well. So that should be it. So all we have to do is retract these blocks out of the way, then do a double extension and double retraction, put in those blocks back to there, and that will be the entire system done. Nice. I really want to try my best to make this like 2 blocks wide. I think that's like the goal here. No clue if I'm going to be able to pull it off. I am already struggling with this. I haven't worked out how to do the pulse extender down at the bottom so that these things will retract first but then extend last. It's so difficult. Okay, I've kind of stormed ahead here just to see what happens. Now, I am not expecting this to work in the slightest. So we have... If we just do something like this... I mean, I have... no clue. No, that's bad. Ooh, we don't want that. And we don't want that. Okay. Wait, hold up! That is a working double piston extender! I've just been silly because that needs to be activated by a monostable circuit. It needs a pulse and but we have a working double extender. And the AND gates are kind of in time, just about. Oh, it's a tiny bit too fast. Oh my word! We've pulled something off. I mean, when in doubt, always attempt the observer. You just kind of see what happens. This is the rule of Redstone these days. If you need a monostable circuit, always just attempt the observer. Not quite, but it's almost there. It's just a little bit too quick. Okay, here goes, here goes, here goes. I reckon we've kind of nailed it here. Maybe we... Why is that not... Ah. We need it to spit out its blocks. Ooh. This is so difficult. This is so difficult. Ah! So let me try my best to explain for those of you who don't understand exactly what's going on here. What we need to do is we need these 2 pistons right here to retract both of these blocks out the way, and then we need this double piston extender to extend, grab these blocks, and then retract them back to here. That's kind of what we're trying to do, and then with the closing, we need this to extend, pushing these blocks out to here, and then have these ones extend afterwards, pushing those back behind it. Now, I think there is a chance I've just about worked it out. That is a working double piston extender. Maybe something a little bit like that. Oh, I've just thought of something. If we place in an observer facing downwards here, then that will guarantee a 1-tick pulse through those pistons. I think this might be it. So if we just remove these... I mean, that functions. Look! So we have the opening, but the closing is actually a little bit... It's not quite right. These extend too fast. Oh, what do I do about that? I mean, we've got a little bit too... We've got a tiny bit too much delay. Maybe... Ah, my brain is hurting from this one. Nothing I do seems to quite do it. No, it's not... We're gonna have to... Oh, we're gonna have to change up some stuff down at the bottom. Everything's becoming a huge giant mess. I feel like I'm getting further away from the goal. I think I might have just done it. So wait, so this is the closing. And the opening. Yes! That actually functions. No way. That is a really cool little circuit down on the bottom there. So we've got a pulse extender, a 2 comparator pulse extender, and then we have this observer which detects the update of this repeater, which means that it doesn't kind of hook up with this pulse extender here. That observer then sends a redstone signal through here, which then gets picked up by this observer, which then sends a redstone signal through here, which does all of the double piston extending, and we have now got ourselves a fully functioning closing circuit on the bottom. Right, I'm going to do the other side, so this thing's perfectly symmetrical. And there is the closing, and there is the opening. Now, I probably shouldn't be too excited because I have just realised the top pistons have to have the same circuit as these bottom pistons, and I don't really know how I'm going to get the redstone signal up there. Nothing has come to mind. Absolutely nothing. Now, I have had to add a little bit to the outside of the circuit, unfortunately. It's not something that I wanted to do, but I just couldn't fathom a way to make this work without doing it. But I should be able to send a redstone signal up from that bottom circuit using this kind of observer strange setup right here through into this cauldron, which is then going to give off pretty much the same pulse as it otherwise would. Now, the only thing is, I kind of wanted to, I suppose if we put that up like this, thing is that block there is also potentially going to cause some issues with this circuit. I don't know, but if we place in the sticky piston there, and then I suppose the cauldron on top, then we can directly take a redstone signal out from there. And then that will run across and do all of these pistons. Let's actually see if this thing works first. Okay. Ooh, it's a bit tight. It's a little bit on the tight side. Hang on, if we actually power these, so we literally just need a redstone line running across like that. I'm gonna try and avoid. That's got a full water, so we should get. Yeah, that should go right the way across. Let's see. Okay, there is more delay than I was expecting there. Oh, it works though! It works! That actually functions! I got so excited then I blasted my mouse across. I kind of wanted it to be in sync a little bit though. I know that is so stupid. And there's no way I'm going to be able to get it in sync. There's none. Hey, we've done it! The challenge completed. Oh my word. My compacting brain has kicked in a little bit here, and I think I found a way to make it just a tiny bit smaller. So let's see. Okay, that's good, but there is more delay. Oh, it's so tight, but it actually functions. Like, in terms of the timings, I think that's about as close as we can get. So it's a little bit slow on the closing, but the opening, God. That's like, the blocks like skim each other as they travel past. It's like the red arrows. Well, I have to say, I'm pretty proud of myself on this one. Let's get the other half in place. But that is some pretty fancy redstone wiring going. Well, there's not much redstone, is there? I mean, it's mostly just observe. In fact, it's all observers. It's all observers bar this one piece of redstone to do that extension. In fact, I would go as far as to say that observers are probably the single biggest change to redstone almost ever. I mean, I can't think of a block that has completely changed the way that we can redstone wire things as much as the observer did. It's completely ridiculous. So we go. That's everything done. Maybe not. Now there we go. That's everything done. Maybe not. I mean, come on, it's got to be done by now. Oh my word. Now I think we're done. Closing. And there is the opening. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have built a circular piston door, and it is looking fantastic. The only thing that I'm wondering is that, could you go bigger than that? I mean, maybe that can be a challenge for a future Redstone video, but for the time being, I'm very proud of this thing. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please sure to that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and as per usual, check out the latest film on the filming channel.